What if your life falling apart is actually the moment it's falling into place? What if your confusion is a secret code, and the silence you're drowning in is where the universe whispers the loudest? People say you're lost. You say you're stuck. But what if, stay with me, you're not lost at all? What if you're standing exactly where the map is buried? And every delay, every detour, was part of the design? Because sometimes, your real path begins the moment you stop looking for one. Think about it. Wasn't it in your darkest moment when you heard your first real truth? When your heart broke open, and something deeper than fear said, "This isn't the end. This is the becoming." There are meanings hidden within meanings. Pain is often just transformation in disguise. And peace? Peace doesn't come when things are quiet. It comes when you become quiet and finally start listening. Listening to what? Not to the world. Not even your thoughts. But to the ancient part of you. The one that already knows the way back home. You felt it before. In the stillness between two painful thoughts. In that strange calm before a breakdown. Like something, or someone, was watching you from beyond the veil of logic. That's not your imagination. That's you. The real you. The one that remembers who you were before the world convinced you to forget. We came here knowing. We were born with a map. But life teaches us noise, fear, urgency. And it takes a lifetime to remember the silence again. But here's the secret most never realize: you don't find clarity. You return to it. Have you noticed how exhausted you feel when you try to be who you're not? When you pretend you're fine, when you smile through chaos, when you chase goals that don't even feel like yours. It's not ambition draining you. It's misalignment. You're tired because you've been swimming upstream, against your own current. But let this sink in. What if the version of you who feels most at peace is the closest to your purpose? What if rest isn't laziness, but your soul remembering it never had to run? Breathe. Because maybe the next step isn't up, it's inward. The universe doesn't speak English, or Spanish, or logic. It speaks in mirrors. It reflects your energy back to you through people, patterns, and moments you keep calling random. That friend who disappeared? That opportunity that slipped away? That same problem showing up in a new disguise? None of it is punishment. It's all feedback. Because your reality isn't a test. It's a translation. A reflection of what you believe you're worth. A mirror of the vibration you repeat when no one's watching. So the question isn't, why is this happening to me? The real question is, what is this trying to show me about me? You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. So if it's chaos outside, ask yourself, where's the chaos within? Because manifestation isn't magic. It's alignment. The moment you stop begging, chasing, pleasing, and instead start embodying, everything shifts. People feel it. The room feels it. The universe feels it. And suddenly, you don't have to scream to be heard. You don't have to push to receive. You simply become the version of you that your dreams already belong to. That's when doors open without knocking. Forget repeating affirmations that don't feel real. Your soul doesn't respond to scripts. It responds to truth. To vibration. To intention whispered in stillness. So try this tonight. Sit in silence. Put your hand on your chest. And ask one question, slowly, gently: what part of me have I been silencing to make others comfortable? Wait. Let the answer rise. You'll feel it in your body before you hear it in your mind. That's your starting point. Not a mantra. Not a vision board. Just that answer. It's the root. And roots, that's where all growth begins. The answers aren't out there. They never were. Not in another book. Not in another course. Not in someone else's voice telling you what's right. Because deep down, you already know. You felt the pull. That quiet nudge that says, this isn't for you anymore. Or, this is where you belong. But you buried it, under logic, under fear, under noise. You thought clarity meant certainty. It doesn't. Clarity is soft. It's subtle. It's the whisper you ignored 50 times but never fully forgot. And now, it's getting louder. You've abandoned yourself quietly for years and called it being realistic. You've dimmed your light just to fit in rooms that weren't even built for you. And still, you wonder why nothing ever feels enough. But here's the truth. You were never meant to be easy to digest. You were meant to be undeniable. To take up space. To walk into a room and not shrink, but expand. So let me ask you one last thing. What if your entire life shifts the moment you finally choose you? Not the edited version. Not the pleasing one. The full, radiant, unapologetic version you've kept waiting at the door. If you heard something today that felt like remembering instead of learning, it's because your soul has been waiting for this moment. Not a miracle. Not a sign. Just this soft return to yourself. The truth is, nothing outside of you is missing. The universe isn't late. You're not behind. You're just awakening. And awakening doesn't look like lightning. It looks like breathing again. Trusting again. Choosing again. So if something inside you whispered, "This is me," don't silence it this time. Honor it. Feed it. Follow it. Because the journey back to yourself is the most sacred path you'll ever walk. And guess what? You've already taken the first step.